Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Sailing with the Jameses. We're currently deep into a major refit on our full-time home, an aluminium sailing catamaran named Emma James. Last week we finished and painted the new roof extension on the back deck and added brows to the front windows. But we're not finished with the cockpit transformation just yet. This week, we're revolutionizing the interior of the cockpit to enhance the usability of our back deck. Hi, we're the James family.
Are you sick of your day-to-day life? Ever thought about doing something different?
Well, we did just that.
We bought an unfinished aluminium catamaran and we're fixing her up as we sail around the world.
Come along for the journey and click subscribe.
Daddy? Mommy? Charlie? James.
So you guys can probably tell that behind me we've got a bit of works happening. So not only during this refit are we adding a roof to the back deck, we are also going to be transforming the back deck with a table and a chair. So before all of this back deck was open to the sun and we didn't have anything here. So to drive the boat, we're just standing all the time. And we did have these really nice bench seats like this. And there was one over there. And to come up to a mooring, we would actually borrow Charlie's stool and put it on the thing to poke our head out of that hatch to drive to see a bit further out. Now, we're really happy with what's been going on. I'm going to share with you guys. So we're actually adding a table and a skipper's chair. So we really wanted the table to be very strong so that Charlie can climb on it and not break it. We're not going to encourage that at all, but it's just in case. We would love for it to be strong. So it is, and then the other thing is if we have any maintenance jobs, we can put stuff on the table and it's not going to be flimsy. So we're really happy. We've gone with an aluminium frame. It's all been welded to the deck, 4 legs, so it's nice and sturdy. We've gone ahead and done the framework for the skipper's chair. So all of this is going to be one big seat here, a backrest. Best part is that we've made this area here for the freezer. So our 12-volt portable freezer is not going to live underneath this seat. Then there's a new step here. So we can poke our heads out and drive, and it's higher than what Charlie's stool was before. And basically what we're up to right now is we are going to be filling all of this in. It's just the framework right now, so let's get to it.
So one of the things we always struggled with was places to put our ULP. And so what we've built at the end here, that is going to be the ULP storage. So a container can fit under there. There's a drain if anything bad happens. And when we built this, we also kept everything off the deck. So we can still clean, wash underneath, all that kind of stuff.
And sorry, I forgot to mention, we also extended the bench seat here. So now this is a really nice big area to sit. So this will all turn into seating, and people can sit here and we can have meals outside. So we've been using it already a little bit for eating outside, and it's really nice. Let's take a moment to revisit the beginning of this project, which started not long ago. Most of you are already familiar with Robin, but for those of you who are new to our channel, we have been working with a welder on several refit projects. The hull extensions, recessing our anodes, a new roof for the back deck, and extended roof at the bow. And our most recent, the skipper's chair and table for the back deck. We designed, planned, and prepared the area for welding, which included cutting out and removing the cork flooring where the table legs would be welded to the back deck. Once the framework was complete, it was time to start fiberglassing. We began by taking measurements and cutting the foam to the correct sizes for each section.
So we've cut some of the foam out already, and what we're going to do with the foam is we're going to insert it in around our aluminium framing and then carbocel it into place. So on the front here we've used a heavier density foam because it might get kicked and things. We have to have it open down the bottom here. This is so the fridge can still breathe and work. On the top, what we're going to do is we're going to put a hole in here so you can get your, and we'll put some tab in and around the outside here, and that way this will just sit on the top and you can lift it out and then access the fridge from there. But what we'll do is we'll glass all these pieces up and then get ready to fit them.
I'm standing on here.
You are. Got an assistant today. Charlie Girl's gonna help us do some fiberglassing. Throw on your gloves. Yoo-hoo!
Yeah, we're very lucky. There's a bit of wind today, so it's blowing it all, so she can come and help us. Normally we don't let her near it, but I've got to mix it up. She can help. It's good.
Wow, yours is so pretty.
That was yours.
You're so pretty.
Thank you. Yours is so pretty. So right now we are fiberglassing the top for the table upstairs for that new framework. Now we've decided to go with fiberglass for the tabletop because ultimately we really want this tabletop to be really strong. We want to be able to do maintenance on it. We want Charlie to be able to play on it and color, and if it gets damaged, we can fix the fiberglass. Now we did toy between a fiberglass top and a nicer top, like a wooden one that would match the inside, but if we got a nice one, I really wouldn't want Sam doing any maintenance on it or dinging it or Charlie dinging it. So we've decided fiberglass, and I'm really excited because we can also put that clear plastic stuff on top of it, and then our ultimate idea is that we're going to go to the local fabric store and get some really cool prints as a tablecloth and do it that way. So right now we've got our foam for the fiberglass here all cut out into shape, and then we're about to go over the edges with sandpaper and round it off on all the edges and everything. Then we'll lay our fiberglass, and after that's done we'll flip it, do the other side, then we'll bring it upstairs and we will techniglue it down. Is that right? We're technicluing? We're technicluing it down, because that technically was amazing stuff. So that's the plan with this one. Let's get to it. One of the other things that we are doing with this back deck is adding canvas to it. So not only are we transforming it with the roof, the skipper's chair, the table, extending the bench seat, we are also doing sides. So over here we've got the side coming down, and then on this side we also have the other canvas going down. So it's still a work in progress. So we've got it attached to the top here, and it comes down and over the side. We just need to do a little bit of details for the bottom of hitching it on, and it's got a rub strip here as well. We've got a friend in the yard who was a settler by trade, and now that he lives on a houseboat and he's doing up his houseboat, he's gone into the marine industry, or the marine world, and now he's doing canvas and trimmings and stuff, and he does fabulous work. So he's making our covers. So the idea with the back here as well is we're gonna do the canvas from the top here over to the tiger bar, just to give us more shade out the back. But right now we just have the two side canvases. How do you like the canvases, hon?
I love the canvases. Look at it, it's awesome. Before you can see the shade. That's the amount of shade the roof gives us, and the canvas goes so much further.
So when we got the samples for all the canvas colors, we automatically said no. We thought this color wasn't for us.
We thought it was too light, so both me and Kate, we were choosing our favourite colours because we have slightly different opinions, and both of us said, well, this one's out. And we moved on to the others, and we chose colours that were fairly similar, and then we were having trouble deciding which one to go with, so we decided, why don't we hold the colours up next to the boat and see which ones suit best.
Yeah.
And it was at that stage that the colour that both me and Kate decided not to go with, it was the only one, by the way, was the colour that we both liked the best.
We were both looking at it and we're like, oh, that looks really nice.
Yeah. So it just goes to show, folks, got to hold it up there and have a look.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, we couldn't be happier with it. It's amazing. In addition to the canvases that we have here, what we're going to be doing is putting some clears that go from here up into the corner, and they'll just come back far enough that we can still use the winch when they're up. And those clears we plan to have up permanently. And I know what you're thinking, why would we do that when we've got these wonderful waterproof shade sails here? The reason being is when we're sailing or when they're rolled up, we want this area to be dry, because it's a huge amount of real estate that we just don't utilize normally, because when it does rain, the rain comes straight in and it gets all wet here. So if we have permanent clears here, we can use the real estate both sides, and it gives us these wonderful big areas where we can start keeping our drones and cameras and things outside. Because we've found when we're going along, we'll see something cool, run in to grab the camera, come out, and yeah, sometimes we miss those shots. So if we have everything out here ready to go, then we'll be able to grab them. Now, one of the challenges we're facing with the canvases is, as Kate mentioned earlier, we're putting the canvases along the outside on this track here. Now, we wanted to do two things. We wanted to provide shade, so the best way to do that is to have it coming off the back and down to stop the sun from coming in, and that keeps it all open and keeps plenty of airflow. But we also want the option for it to drop straight down here, so when we are in heavy weather or a lot of rain, we can close off this back deck essentially and reduce the amount of weather that comes into it. So the challenge we're facing is, do we put the cloth on the top, cut it to the radius so it'll be nice and straight and flat when it goes out, or do we leave it straight, maximize our material so that it's nice and flat when it's hanging down and not as nice and flat when it's hanging out? Let us know in the comments below your thoughts, and if anyone has any other ideas of how we could mitigate this and make it so that we can get the best of both worlds, that'd be absolutely awesome. entering the final stages of our seat build and table build on the aft deck. Now you may recognize this foam. It's actually the offcuts that were left from the roof and the corners. We've reinforced it, and what we're going to be using is Technoglue for these ones, so that when they go in there, because they're weight bearing, just to make them a little bit stronger when they are going in there. Everything else has already been carvacelled in. Over the other side here, what we've done is we've added a back wall, and the reason we added the back wall is just to make sure that no fumes from a ULP come into this space here. The foam will insulate it and help keep the esky cool with the breathers down the bottom, and then we've got foam on the bottom for it to sit on just to keep it up nice and high, and that's its power cord going through the top. The power cord goes through. What we've done is we've made a wonderful stash shelf in here to fit bits and pieces. Again, that was from an offcut from the roof, so we've glued that in there, so we've got a nice little shelf in here that we can do bits and pieces, and that way we can isolate the power and everything from where the ULP goes down the bottom there where it can breathe. But yeah, the plan is once we've finished putting all of the foam on, we're going to Technoglue this one again because it's weight bearing. We'll tab up the inside here once the esky's in, and then we can sit the lid on top with a hole on it and then start doing the foam from there. What our plan is we're going to wrap all of this with a vinyl. We're not going to do it straight away. I know what you're thinking, that's a bit weird. You'd want to finish the job and make it pretty, but what we want to do is get all the colors out first, because as with the canvas, me and Kate have slightly different opinions on what color the vinyl should be. Kate would like it to match the inside and be like a timber grain or something, and I'd prefer it to be clean, crisp and white. So we're going to get all the colors out, and then we'll be able to reassess and have a look. So if you guys have any opinions or any ideas about what colors it should be, please let us know in the comments below, especially if it's white. That'd be greatly appreciated.
Thank you so much for watching. A huge shout out to our Patreons. Your support helps make these videos possible. Don't forget to click those like and subscribe buttons, and leave us a comment below on your thoughts on the table and chairs. And we will see you guys next week.